Hey guys, and welcome to QnA, and today I've got my dad, or stepdad, and we're going to be asking him some questions that are related to do with his past life.
My past life? How many lives have I had?
I mean the past, not the past life, I mean the past.
The past,
Yeah.
okay.
What do you remember about the house you lived in as a kid? Which one did you like the best?
We had a really cool house in near Hampstead, and it had a top floor which was like kind of the attic room, and it was my brother's room, and I was always thinking to myself, great, I can't wait till my brother grows up and leaves the house because it was his room. I can't wait till he leaves because that room's going to be mine. And
Then
we
moved.
Then we moved to another house. I never got to live in that room. I was really gutted. He used to have everything there, like his drum kit and stuff like that.
Was there a top room in your next bedroom?
No.
Oh,
in the
okay.
next house there wasn't. We didn't have one.
What did you have as a child that kids don't have today?
Most of the toys that we had have made a kind of comeback. All the good ones like Rubik's Cubes, things like that. We had stuff like early computers. Computers now are way better. So I would say most of the toys, if not all of the toys that you have now, are way better than what we had. So I don't think there's anything that we had that you don't have now, really.
What about that ball and cup thing where you do?
How old do you think I am?
No, I didn't know. Well, they have that now. Actually, yeah, they have that now. Has anything ever happened? Hang on. Yeah, has anything ever happened at a family wedding that you will never forget?
There's been one family wedding that was big, like my brother's family wedding. My brother's wedding, right? So I gave a speech. I gave the best man speech, and I was really nervous. I mean, really nervous. And it went. I thought it went really well. And so I didn't drink anything before because I thought I have to really focus on the speech. I don't want to make a mistake, and I'm really nervous. And then after the speech was over, I thought, right, I'm going to get myself a really good drink. And all the drinks were in the garage. So I went into the garage, and there were 4 guys standing around, really big guys, because all my brother's mates, they're all kind of mechanics and tough guys, and they all got tattoos and stuff. And they stood there in the garage, and I walked in, and one of them said, "You're the best man." And I went, "Yeah." He said, "Your speech was rubbish." And he paused, and he went, "Only joking," like that. So for a second there, I was beginning to sweat, but it was fine.
Okay. Think of some relatives that have passed away in the last few years. What would they be doing right now if they were with you?
Okay, so Dad. My dad died about 3 years ago now. He'd still be doing the same thing if you were around. He'd be sitting on the sofa, being really annoying, and ordering people around.
Okay.
He'd still be doing the same thing.
When you were a teenager, which family member did you go for advice looking for?
Probably my brother. I always looked up to him. He was a few years older than me. He's 3 years older than me, and I always thought he kind of knew what to do. So yeah, I used to ask my brother.
What was your favourite movie or book when you were my age?
We didn't have as many films as you have now, but one we really liked a lot was Jaws. And we did watch that quite a bit. Yeah, and we were quite scared as well.
Okay. What was the hardest thing you went through as a child? How did you overcome it?
We talked about this one earlier. What was...
It was about a football team, about 9-a-side, 5-a-side.
I was in a 5-a-side football team just for a one-off because I don't play football, but that was pretty difficult because we weren't doing very well. But what was great was all the guys on the sideline knew that we were really rubbish, and they were giving us lots of support and telling us what to do. So that was really nice.
Okay. What was your favourite story that a relative has told you?
The best storyteller in my family is my Uncle Andrew. He knows so many stories of the place where my dad grew up, which was a little village in Cyprus. Life in the village, totally different to what you've got now. They didn't have fridges or cookers in their house, completely different way of life. And he told the best stories about the village, about my uncle who was a chicken thief and he used to steal chickens from people's gardens.
Okay, this is quite a good one. If you could know anything about our family history, or about a relative who has passed away, what would you want to know?
I'd love to know about my grandfather, the chicken thief, who was also a marathon runner, because he went to Boston from Cyprus, ran in a marathon, and came back. And I'd love to know that story, that a guy from a little village in the middle of nowhere in Cyprus went to America, ran in a marathon, and came back. And because I've seen the medal, so I'd love to know way more about that story than that.
Okay. That's all the question for today, apart from 2, which I'm just going to spring on you.
Okay.
Alright, here we go. What is the most embarrassing thing your mother or father ever did to you?
Most embarrassing thing they ever did to me.
Well, that was the best one.
Most embarrassing thing. I don't know. You sprung that one on me. I'm really not sure.
Okay.
I have to think about that.
What 3 adjectives would your grandparents use to describe you, or any relative use to describe you?
Creative, artistic, and possibly a bit shy. I think those 3.
Last one, because you didn't get the first one.
Yeah, go on.
Did you ever hate what your relatives cooked, and who was the worst?
Oh, good. Some of the Greek food that we ate was not good.
And name some. What it was.
Okay, there's one which is kind of it's not that bad, but it's just not brilliant. It's called golagassi, which is a kind of potato.
It's just a potato.
It's a kind of potato thing, and I wasn't really that keen on it because it's a kind of a floury potato thing. I wasn't really that keen on it. I tell you, some of my friends, their parents would cook some kind of fish soup. I remember it was dreadful, and I had to sit through it and eat the whole thing, and it was really horrible.
I can imagine that.
Yeah, it wasn't nice.
Right, so that is the end of this video. Well, we do have one more question. I'm just joking. So this is the end of the video, and hopefully you like, subscribe, and bye.